Hello students, today we are going to study about the limit definition of the derivatives. So as you all know that we have finished the limits calculation and evaluation of the limits. But now before going to the derivatives, we must know that from where the derivatives come and how can we solve the derivatives by using the limit process. So let's take an example. Let's take an example because the purpose of making this video is to explain you how can we solve different kind of the questions. So first of all, understand that what is the formula of the derivatives. So y prime equals to limit h approaches to 0 x plus f of x plus h minus f of x over h. So this is the formula to determine the derivatives by using the limit process or the definition of the limits. Now, I already have made a video explaining you that from where this formula had been derived. But here I will show you that how can we apply this formula. So let's suppose the question is y equals to 7, and everyone knows that 7 is a constant number. So what we have to do, the look at the formula. In the formula, the first thing is written as f of x plus h. So it means you have to find f of x plus h. So since y, or you can say that f of x equals to 7, so how can we find the f of x plus h? It means wherever we have the x, we have to replace by x plus h. But unfortunately, in the 7, we don't have any x plus any x. So there is no place to replace the x plus h. So that's why just write down the 7 because f of x plus h equals to 7. Now, put all these data, means the value of the f of x and the value of x plus h in the formula. So we can say that y prime equals to limit h approaches to 0. Now f of x plus h, it is equals to what? It is equals to 7 minus f of x, it is equals to also 7 divided by h. Now y prime equals to limit h approaches to 0. 7 minus 7 is 0 over h. Now 0 over h gives you 0. So now the answer is 0. Let's look at one more example to understand this process. Let's suppose we have first write down the formula. It is limit h approaches to 0 f of x plus h minus f of x over h. Now have a look on the question. Let's see, we have f of x equals to 7x. So the first thing in the formula comes as f of x plus h. It means you have to determine f of x plus h. So let's see here, f of x plus h will be equals to what? This means that wherever in the question you have the x, you have to replace by x plus h. So of course you will write the 7 as it is, and in place of x you will write x plus h. Now you have f of x, you also have f of x plus h. Write down in the formula. So we will have limit h approaches to 0. In place of this f of x plus h, we will write 7x plus h minus, then in the formula there is a minus, so you will write also minus. Then f of x is written, and f of x means the quotient, over h. Now solve it, means open the brackets using the distributive property. So you will get 7x plus 7h minus 7 of x over h. Now 7x and 7x cancel. You will get 7h over h. Do not forget to write the limit. Now h and h cancel and limit h approaches to 0 of 7 is equals to 7. Remember, never ever apply the limit until you solve the complete question. Now let's see that if we have one more question like 7x plus 8 for example, so how can we apply the formula over here? So you know that our formula for the f prime of x is limit h approaches to 0 f of x plus h minus f of x over h. So the first thing is that you have to determine f of x plus h. What does it mean? It means that in the question wherever you have the x will be replaced by x plus h. So what you will write? You will write 7 as it is. Then in place of x you will write x plus h. And then what is left in the question? That is plus 8. Now you have of f of x and you have the value of f of x plus h. Write it in the question. So in place of f of x plus h, we will write 7 bracket x plus h plus 8. Then in the formula there is a negative sign, so write it down. Then f of x is written, which means write down your question. Don't forget to write the question inside the bracket. Now open the brackets where it is necessary. So 7 times x will gives you 7x and 7 times h will gives you 7h. Then you have the plus 8. Then there is a minus sign. Open the bracket with the negative sign. Now we don't need the negative. We have to open the bracket. So negative 7x and negative positive gives you negative of the 8. Remember, if you are doing everything correctly, it means your question's terms will be cancelled out and only h terms will be left. So you will get 7h over h. H and h cancels, so you will get limit h approaches to 0 of 7. So that means your answer is 7. Let's try one more question. So let me write first of all the formula for you. Better to pause the video and solve the question yourself and then come back and check whether you are right or wrong. Tell your answer from my answer. So the question is y equals to 9x minus 7. So pause the video and come back after 2 minutes. I hope that you determined that the answer is 9 and let's see how can we solve this question. So the first thing is that we have to determine f of x plus h, which means that in the question wherever we have the x will be replaced by x plus h. So what we will get? We will get 9 as it is. In place of x we will write x plus h and negative 7 will be written as it is. Now this is actually y equals to, this is actually f of x. Now replace all the values in the formula. So we will write limit h approaches to 0. F of x plus h, look here, this is your f of x plus h, that is 9 bracket x plus h minus 7. Minus f of x, which means the question. Don't forget to write the question within the bracket over h. Now open the bracket. Don't forget to write the limits. So it will give you 9x plus 9 times h, 9h minus 7. Open the bracket with the negative sign. You will get negative 9x, negative positive 7. As I said before, that if you are doing correctly, all the values of the question with the x or the constants will be gone. Now left 9h over h, and now cancel the h and h. You will get limit h approaches to 0 of 9, that means 9. Now normally I say my students one of the thing that if you are sitting in the AP Calculus board exam, do not forget to write the equal sign, because this equal sign shows the continuity of the questions. So these small things you must not forget. So see you in the next video.